Hi there. In this session, we're going to be taking a deep look into what the console offers us within Mission Control. The console acts as a gateway through to the rest of the features within Mission Control. So it's used for quick launch access to all of the key features. Within the console, you're able to create new records. You can launch new projects. You can even do a deep clone of an existing project. You're also able to access things like the timesheet, the expense log, and the Kanban whiteboard and Gantt chart. All of the tools to help you manage your projects. And you're also able to control all of the settings within Mission Control. So let's jump in and take a closer look. So here we are on the Mission Control console, and what you'll first of all notice is that we've got these various tabs here. So we can see that we're on the launch pad. We can also click through onto the progress pad, the management pad, and the control pad. So each of these pads gives us access to different features. So on the launch pad, it's all about creating new records. So you can see here I'm able to create a new project by launching a new project. Alternatively, if I've got an existing project that I want to use as a template, I can go and select that and perform a clone. If I need to create any new roles, I can do that from here. And you can see I've got access to create all of the key records within the system. So if we take a look at the launching a new project, so what I do is simply click on the button. That's going to load up what we call the project launcher. So this just allows me to put in the framework for a new project. So what I can do is specify the project name, the project budget, and then add the number of milestones that I need. So I'll quickly do that now just to show you how you'd go about that. So you can see there I've created my project, I've put in the budget, I've specified the 3 milestones and the key information around deadlines and budget across each one of those. So then once I'm ready, I can just click on the launch project and that will go off and create the project for me. Alternatively, if I was wanting to select an existing project to use as a template, I could simply select that, click on the clone button, and that will take me off to the deep clone page. So let's take a look at the progress pad. So the progress pad gives me quick access to all of the key features within Mission Control that allow me to record progress on the project. So that might be the Kanban whiteboard, or I could go through the timesheet to submit my time, or I might be wanting to log expenses against my projects. The management pad is where I'd go to perform management features on my project. So again, if I'm wanting to get an overview of a particular project, I can select it from the list here, and then that will take me through to the project overview. The Gantt chart, I can go through here, and that will take me through to the standalone Gantt chart where I can pull in multiple projects to look at them alongside one another. The scheduler will take us through to the resource planning scheduler, where we can see each individual resource and what they're currently allocated to. And then the PMO dashboard gives us insight into the high level KPIs of how the projects are running to budget and schedule. Now, if I jump through to the control pad, you'll see it's full of settings relating to what's going on within Mission Control. So obviously, I can schedule my daily digest. I can turn on or off my action progress tracking, some custom settings here around how many hours per day we work by default, and then the breakpoints for the PMO dashboard. Over here, it allows you to create some sample data. So if you're wanting to just see a few projects during an evaluation, you might want to create that data there. Gantt chart settings allows me to specify the logo that I need to use. So it's just a case of selecting the folder, finding the right file, and then setting that logo. And we've got a number of automated features that happen within Mission Control. So each one here is explained and explains the process that it performs for you. Now, if any of these are not required in your particular instance, you can just tick the boxes to turn them off, and then save those settings, and then those features will be turned off. Finally, what we've got is the billing settings. So if you are using the billing event feature within Mission Control, you'll want to make sure you review these sections here. So about generating PDFs and generating automatic invoices on a time and materials basis. So all of the in terms of the PDFs here, this is where you control what labels and what logos are used on your invoice templates. Now, going back to the four tabs here, we've got the Launch Pad, Progress Pad, Management Pad, and Control Pad. Now, you might not want to give every single one of your users access to all four pads. Now, typically, we would imagine that not everyone wants to have all of their users having access to the Control Pad. So on each individual role record within Mission Control, you can determine what level of access they have to these pads. So if I just jump over to my role object, you'll see that I'm on a list view for role permissions on the console. So taking a look at my record, you can see that my default landing tab is going to be the Launchpad. Now I can specify that. So for example, I might want to always go to the Progress Pad instead. And while I'm here, it might be that I want to restrict access from the Control Pad. So I can use these checkboxes to determine whether this person can actually see these tabs. So if I turn that one off and then click on Save, then I'll just go back and refresh the console. Now you'll see there what has happened is I'm actually now landing on the Progress Pad rather than the Launch Pad, and I actually don't have any access to the Control Pad. So you can, as I say, control access to each of those pads based on individual preferences for each role. So to turn that back to what I had, I'm just going to say I want it to be the Launch Pad as the default, and I do want to have access to the Control Pad. Save that, and again, just go back and refresh. Then I'm landing on the Launch Pad, and I've also got access to the Control Pad there. So over on the right-hand side, we also have the trackpad. So obviously the trackpad's the same as you would see it on the project overview page as well. So it gives us access to the chatter feed. So that's showing us chatter across all of our projects. We can look at the timeline. So that's giving us all of the key activity that's been going on across all of our projects. We're able to log time across any project there. We can also submit an expense if we need to. And if we need to quickly create an action, we can do that from the Add Action component as well. So hopefully that's given you a good overview of what's available from the console, and we hope you get a lot of value from it.